YouTube, we're back, we are back with a superb victory, Liverpool FC over Manchester United from Anfield, guys, epic, what a performance, absolutely brilliant, all aspects and areas of the game was just superb. Let's jump across quickly to the tactics screen. As you can see, the result 3-1 to Liverpool. Mane, Shaqiri with 2 goals. United smashed. Full time 3-1. Brilliant. I shrunk the badge just to signify how much of a small club they are to us, and we are loving it. So anyway, let's get into a bit more of the tactical side of things. Well, these were the teams from my predicted lineup that I thought would be on show today. Liverpool was quite close, but Manchester United did have a few changes also. So let's dive into it quickly. As you can see, our injury list did consist of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Solanke, Gomez, Matip, and Klein. The Angry Redbirds dropped from the squad. Moreno, Lallana, Camacho, subs bench, Mignolet, Phillips, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Fabinho, Firmino, Divock Origi, and Daniel Sturridge. Our starting lineup being Mane, Salah, Shaqiri, Keita in behind, Henderson, Wijnaldum, Holding, Robertson left back, Van Dijk, Lovren centre back, and Milner in right back with Alisson in goal. United prediction was Lukaku up top, Lingard, Rashford just either side, Fellaini, Herrera, Matic sitting, Smalling, Bailly, Dalot, and then Young with De Gea in goal, which would have been a 4-2-1-3. For Liverpool, it was also a 4-2-1-3. So guys, let's jump across to the actual starting lineups that we saw. We are back. So these were the actual starting lineups and formations it felt like the managers went with today. So with United, we saw De Gea in goal, Darmian, Bailly and Lindelof across the back. Sky Sports saw it as a 4-4-2 with Rashford left midfield and Dalot at right midfield. Flat 4-4-2. I didn't quite see it like that, but then hey, I'm not Sky Sports. I'm not the professional, but I'm just going from what I saw and what I felt changed at halftime after Mourinho began to feel really uncomfortable with how the match was actually turning out. Across the middle was Young, Matic, Herrera, and Dalot. Up top was Lingard, Lukaku and Rashford. Second half, Mourinho did change it. He then went to a flat 4-4-2. So he tried to play the 3-4-3 formation to occupy Liverpool's wing-backs with Dalot and Young. And obviously, when Man United was defending, Dalot and Young formed a solid back 5. However, this wasn't really working out because down the right side, Klein was really pushing Young back and he seemed to be getting a lot of space, whereas Dalot was further forward. Maybe that was Mourinho's tactic, to keep Dalot occupying Robertson so he couldn't get down that left side. And obviously with us having the right back issue, he spotted that whoever's going to play isn't going to be a natural right back, or maybe he was hoping for a 50% fit Trent Alexander-Arnold, or even maybe a Klein, but Klein hasn't figured this season, could well be susceptible to some sort of attack in behind. I do think Mourinho had some sort of idea that was going to be the situation, and I think that was kind of an area where he was focusing on by employing this sort of formation. As you know, it didn't really turn out that way. The back 3 struggled. I say any team that plays a back 3 against us is in trouble, simply because the way we press with 3-on-3 at the back, our intense midfield, it's always going to outdo a 4 because it's 3-on-2 in the middle. And those players are like snails with the ball, Herrera, Matic and Fellaini. So you're just going to get quickly set upon and closed down. It's not like the ball's in the air where they're going to win it because they're bigger and more physical. It was on the ground. What I said in my preview, if you listen to it, we need to be quick, fast and pacey in there, full of energy, shutting them down, tic-tac passing, tiki-taka passing rather, to get in and around that sort of central area, maybe in behind Bailly, etc. So Jose did change it then. He took off Dalot and he brought on Fellaini and he went for a flat back 4. Let's just say Fellaini he slid right in between Matic and Herrera. and he sort of pushed on just a little bit with Lingard and Rashford. It was more of a 4-5-1 beginning of the second half. As you know, it was a 1-1 scoreline. But then obviously the quality took over and, well, the substitution didn't matter. I mean, Man United did become more stable. And Jesus, when I was looking at their team, it was pretty ridiculous, I got to say. I mean, they got some big boys in there. Darmian, Bailly, Lindelof, and Young doesn't look small, but he's not massive. And then obviously you have Fellaini, Matic, Rashford's tall, Lingard's decent, and then Lukaku. And I mean, when they're all camped back in their own, 6-yard box, practically, you might as well say that because they was, and we are having those corners, they got some big boys in there. They had 2 corners at our end. And I tell you something, during them corners, I was shitting bricks. I was looking at our team, and we got Lovren, Fabinho, and Van Dijk, who are of decent size. The rest are small, short, and nippy. So I was worried in those situations. And there was a time in the second half when they was just camping on the edge of their box, and it didn't look like we was going to get through them, honestly. It was actually 2 buses turning up at the same time. It was ridiculous, man. I can feel United fans' frustration, but I must say, guys, I feel like he is chopping and changing around the team. He's trying different little combinations. He's giving players opportunities. I feel like he is trying to find that kind of solid formation, which consists of big physical attributes, the signs of a Jose team, and then he'll just decide who he wants to sign and his additions, etc, etc, etc. I do believe that, and I can see that. And the thing is, you have to form the basis of the team and structure before you can passing, movement, ability, and tactics. Pogba clearly isn't in his plans, and rightfully so. I think Pogba stinks, to be honest, and I think he is an embarrassment to your side and your team. Man United sold him initially under Alex Ferguson's beliefs, so I've heard, and the club brought him back, not Jose. Jose didn't really want the signing, but they brought him back. Strange, something's not right there with them signings. And the reason why I believe it is because, Jose isn't trying to play him. He's almost saying something to the club. Maybe Jose's hand was forced. I think personally you should give Jose time. If Jose getting time, you need to give him money. The only way he's going to do anything to your club to get them back on top is you just throw a good 300 million at the situation and just let him buy players. And if he fails, he fails. So I am a Jose in fan, and I'm not saying this just because I want you to fail. Obviously I do. But if he has his own team, then I think you will be dangerous. Because I do see signs of a Jose team in the making. We are much better than last season, where you guys have derailed. We have added to our squad. We've added different types of formations, and now we can break down a system that consists of that kind of formation and organisation. I was a little nervous at 1-1, but I was confident throughout. I could feel a goal coming. It came when he got the equaliser, and I thought, oh my God, this is happening again. Let's talk about Liverpool now, the team we are here to all hear about and talk about. As you can see, this was our lineup. Quite surprising, really. I mean, look at our injury list. It's ridiculous. We've got Milner there now, who was injured, who I thought may start this game. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, we've got Solanke, we've got Joe Gomez, we've got Matip, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, the Angry Birds that didn't make the squad, Origi, Nathaniel Phillips, who recently had their bench debut. Klopps' subs bench was Mignolet, Moreno, Jordan Henderson, Rafael Camacho, Lallana, Shaqiri, and Daniel Sturridge. Moreno is back in the fold. Lallana is back in the fold. I feel like Klopp knew that this was going to be a park the bus situation, which is why he chose the substitutions that he chose, like Sturridge, who can, fiddle about on the D, maybe get a shot if he was the kind of guy that was required. Had it been 1-1 on like 70 minutes or 80 minutes. And then obviously Shaqiri was there. He was the obvious first option, bring him on 55, 65 minutes. Adam Lallana is always there. Camacho, I think he's slowly being brought into the equation, slowly being blooded. And obviously our captain, Jordan Henderson, probably start next game. But again, I was surprised Jordan Henderson didn't start either. This is the formation I felt Klopp was going with. It was like a 4-3-1-2 or a 4-3-3, you could even say, where Firmino just drops into that sort of area, pick up the ball quite deep. But Salah and Mane felt more like a partnership today. You saw Mane out wide on the wings. You saw Salah out wide on the wing. You saw Salah central. One was out on the wing, the other one was always central. it was definitely like more of a two up front, which was quite interesting. You never really saw Mane deep on the halfway line or chasing back. I don't remember Mane chasing back once in his own half to help Robinson, really. I think the furthest he got back was like halfway line. Keita was kind of in that area, but seemed to be playing a box-to-box middle three. Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Keita, all of them were literally box-to-box, up and down, like linking play with the front three. And what Fabinho offers is something a little bit different to Henderson, where Henderson sits and protects in games. Fabinho goes forward. He's actually a totally different type of player. Fabinho is more like a Wijnaldum, but with more physicality and maybe less speed, all hybrids of each other. And one thing I noticed that they do is Klopp doesn't play with a creative midfielder or so. And when I mean like a creative midfielder, I don't mean someone who dazzles player and then creates something like a Silva he has workhorse midfielders. What they are instructed to do is not try to ball carry or beat a player, because if you are caught out, you become susceptible to the counter-attack. It's left for the front three to do the beating of players. So Keita, when he was in advanced positions near the edge of the box, that's when you'd see him do a double step over and try and create something, make something happen, drag a player out. He never done it when you saw him sort of close by Robertson or in his own half. He picked and chose different times. Even Fabinho, when he was shimmying a few players here and there, it was in the final third of Man United's half, waiting for a Klein banger of a run down the wing to play the ball out wide. So it was all in advanced positions where you had the cavalry backing you up if the ball is taken from you. It's really interesting how our midfield plays, and it generally assists and links play via just passes. There isn't really an actual player in there that dribbles past players and then creates. It is literally just linking it to our attackers. Like today, Fabinho's fabulous pass, Mane's great control, chest, brings it down, doesn't even bring it down, it's a chest and then a volley. Fantastic goal. The Shaqiri goal, and then the Shaqiri goal. So a few discussion points. Obviously, Alisson's mistake is what it is. It's unlucky. It's a little damp. What can you do? But the thing is about it is we can't get on his back. This error doesn't matter because we win the game. It ends up costly for you. I mean, yes, we look back at it if it had stayed 1-1 and thought, if only. But it doesn't matter because we win the game. The error becomes irrelevant. Whereas an error in a Champions League final or whatever, as we know and we're aware of, is the relevance of the error in what type of game it is in a certain stage of competition. So it all differs really. And in fairness, he didn't even have anything to do. So for me, Alisson, his rating was a 7 today. If he hadn't made the mistake, it would have been probably an 8 or something, but just because of the mistake, drops to a 7. I'm just going to run through the team quickly as I'm on the goalkeeper. So Klein, I thought, was absolutely fantastic today. I thought he didn't even look like he'd been out at all. Someone tweeted me about my opinion on Klein, and I was like, I hold my hands up. I kind of slated Klein. I slated the guy. I said, Klein's been nowhere near. He's not ready. How I was so wrong. He is so ready. He was great today. It benefited him. We played the game in Man United's half predominantly. And when it's like that, you use up less energy. Had it been like Napoli, where it was more end-to-end, box-to-box, I think maybe Klein would have huffed and puffed a little bit. Whereas we was in their half, we was preserving energy, letting the ball do the work. Then obviously, yes. So Klein gets a 9. BVD and Lovren, I thought were just the dog's bollocks, basically. Just, an 8. Both of them. Straight 8. Robertson was just out of this world. He got a 10. He was magnificent. Nothing down that left back area. The one danger cross that come in, Fellaini dived for it. Robertson, headed it away to safety. Whole 90 minutes, guy was just the boss, man. He was just a robot. Gini Wijnaldum, he got an 8 for me. Was great in there. Physical, just slalom running, doing his little thing that he does. Was the most improved. He really stepped up today. I see what he offers. I would like him to still use the wings a bit more. We used the wings a lot today, but I think it was primarily Wijnaldum and Keita which did give us more of the width. Fabinho was more of the surge through the middle with that physicality and height, that quick kind of closing down mentality when we was Gengen pressing. We have to pay homage to Wijnaldum and Keita for using those wings. And I thought we would miss Henderson. We didn't miss Henderson. I thought Henderson would add some kind of steel to the match, some kind of, like oomph, with some like power. You know, he knows what a United Liverpool game is all about. It's at Anfield. I just thought he would start. Fabinho gets a 9. Keita, I thought, started really well. He was getting into those positions where he was trying to take on player, had a bit of a rough time on occasions, a couple fouls, pushed him over a few times, and got kicked around a bit today, Keita. But he gave all he could give, and I thought something was going to happen for him. But second half, first 5-10 minutes, he didn't really get his swagger back, kind of fizzled out of the game, and I think Klopps saw that. He had to put emphasis back on in that area, and none better than, you know, making the substitution he made. Keita gets a 7 for his performance. I look forward to seeing him playing against Wolves. Mane, brilliant, fantastic, got the opener, which was so vital. He gets a massive 10. I just thought he was everywhere. His work rate was just immense. It was just crazy. He was on the right wing, he was on the left wing, he's running in behind. I've said in my other videos, I think he should play the 1 when we do a 4-2-3-1 formation. I just think he is better than Salah at playing that. I think he's more physical, and I think he'll fight for a lot of lost causes, and I think he's really instinctive. But maybe Salah just finishes better. It's maybe why he gets that role. Or the fact that Shaqiri can come on and play on the right side. Firmino was really good today. He had another good, strong game. Firmino got an 8. He done everything he needed to do. He held the ball up well. He was bringing players into play, showing some skills and little turns and flicks. I was loving it. Firmino, seems to be picking himself up and, you know, upping his work rate, and his maybe he's getting used to this 4-2-3-1 role. Maybe it was literally just that. Now he's getting the hang of it, he knows where he should be, etc. Or this 4-3-1-2, whatever way you want to look at it. And now he's coming good because he's, you know, finding his feet in it. Salah was good today. He gets an 8. He wasn't great. Same level as Firmino. Was noticed. Had to keep an eye on him. So there are the ratings, guys. I'm not going to rate the substitutions. Come on, because I didn't get to study them for a whole game and actually watch them properly. The man of the match was obviously Shaqiri with his 2 wonderful goals. My man of the match is definitely out of Robertson and Mane. And I think I'm going to go with Robertson just because he had that really vital clearance defending that header when Fellaini was coming in from the Lukaku cross. And also when he assisted Shaqiri, I think, for the 2nd or 3rd goal. I can't remember. Another formation I thought we was playing around with during this game was a 4-2-2-2 formation, where, you know, Keita and Firmino are just in front of our holders, and then obviously Mohamed Salah and Mane providing us directness. I could see that formation in dribs and drabs type thing, but I do think primarily it was the other formation. I love the way we're going through different formations. No team can predict what we're going to do. Are we going to Gengen press? Are we not going to Gengen press? You know, who's going to start? I mean, we destroyed Man United with Lovren, who may not have even made the squad had Gomez been fit, and Matip. So Lovren might not have even been in the squad, and Klein might not have even been in the squad, because he probably would have gone with Matip and then Gomez right back. We had like 2 stand-ins pretty much, and we've just gone and annihilated Man United. Club substitutions saw Jordan Henderson come on in the 84th minute for Sadio Mane, our first goal scorer. Xherdan Shaqiri came on in the 70th minute for Naby Keita, straight swap, same position, and obviously Baghdad's the 2 goals on the 73rd minute and the 80th minute. So they were our 2 substitutions. I believe Fabinho and Mohamed Salah picked up the assists. I thought Robertson had assists. Maybe I was thinking of Mohamed Salah. I'm pretty sure Sadio Mane skinned Herrera and then pulled the ball back. So my score prediction was 2-0, I believe. And my man of the match, I believe, was Keita. Again, unfortunately, I'm wrong. So it is what it is. The score was 3-1. The man of the match was Shaqiri. My man of the match today, I went for Robertson. And even if he didn't get the assist, he played a part, that attacking threat down that left side. When Mourinho changed the formation, Robertson, believe me or not, he made the most of it. This is why I call him Spanish Robertson. Robertson. So we had no red cards, we had no injuries, and we also had no penalties. So guys, I guess that is it. This has been the post-match review of the Liverpool versus Manchester United that finished 3-1. I've been Red Mist at the LFC Ninja, and we will see you soon, guys. Let's do this.